record iko sawa. Focus tu na exposure. Sawa.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sitting down. Maybe when you have and I would like to take this thank you for every time during lunchtime.
Sema focus bana, tumeanza. Iko wapi? Focus yako imepotea.
Haya, wewe tunangoja Jangwani. Disband your team.
Hapo iko sawa sasa.
People at the back are not here. The person who is sitting next to you. Let's go. Take your phone. No, instructions. Instructions, take your phone. Call the person sitting next to you. You know that their number, know that you have paid social.
Iko live.
Social skills. The owner number, the person sitting next to you. You know that this is skills. So call them in. Let's start. You are now because of the interest of time, we invite where is John away? Where is my package? Where is my package?
Tuangalie hiyo kani ni ina pick direct.
Now I would like to welcome. This is what we have agreed. It's now 15. So we will give Walid Kasim 15 minutes to wrap up with the topic called the conduct of security agencies of public protest rights in the digital age.
They smell.
In 15 minutes, so that we go up to 3:30, and then from 3:30 to 3:45, we have 10 activity, and then from 3:45 to 3:50, we will have.
Leaderless, tribeless.
So we'll give you 5 minutes to finish. That is from 3:45 to 3:50.
And then after you finish, then you can actually now tell us what you want us to do after that. This is the last time I'm holding the mic, and therefore I would like to unequivocally thank you for giving me such an easy time, for being very sawa. Niweke pale. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Now, Walid.
Tumpigie makofi. So tumekula vizuri sote,
Tuko sawa? So I'll be leading the last session tukifunga jamvi letu la leo. Tutakuwa, as you all know, yesterday we did three breakouts, or we had 3 groups. The first one was on the conduct of security agencies in public protest. We also had the right in the digital age, and challenges and ways forward around that. And then we also had a topic on a conversation on the human cost debate in the struggle for protection of civil liberties. So this is what we will do. We'll have the 3 rapporteurs for each group. To save on time, they'll just read us the recommendations that they had derived from those groups. Each will have 4 minutes, and then to conclude on that. So I'd request the first one to come on the conduct of security agencies. So as he or she comes, there's also a point of information that I'd like to bring on board. There was a question on access to information on the SGR contracts. Somebody asked if they are there, somebody should reveal them. So they are there. There is a consortium called the OCOA Mombasa, a consortium of concerned coast residents. There is a website. If you Google OCOA Mombasa, there is a litigation tracker. They did an ATI, access to information case. We won. The government did not honor the court orders. They appealed. We won again. They did not honor them, but we still posted the contracts as we got them through other sources. We posted them for almost a year or 9 months around there. They have not given the other versions if they are false, and we believe they are true. So you can check there to see the state of the country, and also you can support or join in on those litigation cases that we are handling. So our rapporteur, yes, thank you.
Good afternoon. Allow me to take you through a highlight of the resolutions for the breakout session that was dealing with the concern of conduct of security agencies in public protests. So the first resolution was the need for this conference to come up with a resolution on advocacy for the release of Bob Jagi, Aslam, and Jamil for Bob, Aslam, and Jamil. And then they need to put pressure on the acting IG to obey court orders by considering advocacy with the countries and institutions that support the police. To put pressure on government to take action, to put pressure on government to action the sitting of the UN working group. I am not that tall. Okay. Asante. Am I tall enough now? Okay, thanks. Government to action the sitting of the UN working group on enforced and involuntary disappearance that is long overdue. Then advocacy for government accountability for violent policing during the protests, the Gen Z protests, especially with the focus to the abductions and lost lives. The need to strengthen county policing authorities, strengthening police reforms by participating in the pending policy reviews, CSOs to champion for depoliticization of the police service, that the area police command structure to take responsibility for parallel officers working within their zones. Police adherence to operation orders, deployment plans, and accountability over the protests. A consideration to amalgamate reporting platforms to harmonize data between CSOs and the independent institutions. Holding the political class accountable for violent policing during the protests. A comparative, this was informed by a comparative analysis of the trend of protests from 2017 through to 2022 and 2024, where it came out that where the political class show goodwill for the protests, there have been very minimal violations, like in the management of the 2022 elections. The need to strengthen community forensic evidence management capacity. And this was informed by the work of an example of Mukuru Social Justice Center at the Kware, the bodies that were discovered at the Kware, the bodies at River Yala, and it was seen that evidence management should not be left entirely in the hands of the police. Consideration for CSOs to work closely and support independent institutions. A call to stop normalization of police violence. And two advisories, one for the independent institutions to consider ring-fencing resources, like already is being exemplified by within the health facilities. And advisory for IPOA to emulate journalists and be proactive during protests to be able to be at pace with CSOs in monitoring police conduct during protests. And lastly, to improve on parliamentary advocacy by riding on the efforts of like-minded legislators like Okia Omtata. Thank you very much.
Tumpigie makofi tena. So we're doing well with time, so we'll have just a few inputs before then, after the 3 sessions. We also did a breakout. We had a breakout session on the rights in the digital age, challenges and way forward. So I would request the rapporteur. Yes, thank you. Okay. You want to sit? That's fine.
I can sit.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a breakout tool. We had a very intense discussion after a very intense presentation of the report by our presenter, and I'll mention the few way forwards we came up with. We agreed on the way forward. We had done discussion around the young people led the discussion around local sourcing, local fundraising, and they said there's need for us to embrace the spirit of facilitating or supporting our initiatives to bring the sense of ownership. And we said we need to think and rethink about the Mchanga initiative. We also agreed that all generations, not only Gen Zs, we all need to have a better country. So there is need for all of us to support each other's initiative. Like when the Gen Zs are out to demand for better services, we all come out together and enforce the same. There's need for planning on how to organize now ourselves without the internet, because there is a possibility, like it happened, of internet shutdown. So we need to have a very intense discussion around there when we are planning. Youth-led organizations, we had a discussion around that, and we realized that we said that youth-led organizations, most of them, they have just found themselves now doing the work they are doing. They never went to school to learn about activism and advocacy, and they are in there. They need to be supported. They are the organizations who have the capacity and the experience on organizing. We concluded that there is need for a lot of trainings, a lot of support on how to go about it. There is also a serious concern on organizing events like we have now, the summit, the annual summit. The young people felt like this was the right time to have a discussion around what transpired in June, the protests, and they felt like this organizing should have brought the majority of the young people who participated in the protests. And we also agreed that we need now to rethink about taking these forums and discussions down to the people. We don't need to lock ourselves in an hotel like we have done this time round. There's the proposal that next year we organize the same rotationally like we have done. Last year we were in Kisumu, to another county, and make it more localized so that we can have more people, more young people, more activists, more human rights defenders in the discussion. The Gen Zs also, there is the need that they think we need, when I say we, those who have been there before them, we need to understand that there is a serious paradigm shift on how things should be done, or how they want their things to be done. They need to be add softly. They don't like the publicity. And yesterday they told us that they didn't like the idea that we are out to help them. They had no leader who was supporting them in anything. So today I come up with an idea of supplying water to them as they protest. Tomorrow I've branded my water bottles, and a lot of publicity, a lot of branding. So we need to look at that as the sector. The sustainability of the young people, the young generation. We need to support them. We need to support them. We need to support the sustainability of their initiatives and the movement. Then finally, we said that we agreed that we need to have a serious discussion around the PBO, like we did in the morning. It's an area where we need to look at it keenly and seriously. We need serious discussions around the composition of the IEBC, the Maisha card, and the like. Thanks.
Tupigie makofi. Thank you. Now we'll have the last session, and then we have one or two questions. Before then, is there anybody who doesn't have a candle? There is one hand. Uh-huh. Two. Okay. Can we have Hilda?
Good afternoon. So I was in group 3 breakout session on the human cost debate in the struggle for the protection of civil liberties in Kenya. We have resolutions, and one of them was that the CSOs need to prioritize on the wellness and offer comprehensive psychosocial support to human rights defenders to help them manage the stress and trauma associated with their work and activism. The other one, there was a story shared with one of the HRD from Turkana, and the group felt like the 5th annual conference needs to be taken to Turkana in Marsabit. Yeah, in Marsabit. And so that during that, the annual conference, they're focusing on campaign on addressing the issues affecting communities, and whereby they had some of the minority groups and marginalized groups in that area. The other thing we also talked about is the donor funding decisions, whereby we have to, the CSO need to encourage donors to clearly decide whether to fund the civil society organizations or government initiatives, as government budget cuts and financial constraints could be used to undermine CSO's effectiveness. The other one was on the promote inclusion of PWDs. And the other one was again on the economically empower PWDs. And this one was because we want to develop and support programs that economically empower PWDs, enable them to become self-reliant and actively contribute to their communities. The other thing also, this was specifically for Mombasa County, whereby the CSO need to advocate for the PWDs bill and board formation. And whereby in Mombasa County, we don't have an act, PWD Act. So the PWD urged the CSOs to advocate for the enactment of the Persons with Disability Bill into law and the establishment of a dedicated board in Mombasa County to oversee the PWD's rights and needs. The other thing we also said is ensure protester protection, whereby as CSOs, we need to consider the possibility of licensing trusted CSOs members to carry firearms for the protection of protesters during demonstrations, particularly in cases of police aggression and infiltration. Okay. Okay. The other one on issues public participation. We need issued certified resolution from public participation forums, whereby the government need to provide certified copies of resolutions from public participation forums to attendees immediately after the forum concludes to ensure transparency and accountability. The other one, we also said offer political education for HRDs, whereby there's need to implement political education programs for HRDs to enhance their understanding of the political landscape and their role in advocacy and activism. The other one also, we talked about engage communities in development projects, whereby we need to facilitate conversations with communities to understand their preferences and involve them meaningfully in the planning and execution of development projects. Again, in the case of Marsabit, we said as CSOs, we need to advocate for the CDF and other public funds to be amalgamated together to support serious infrastructure projects like roads, hospitals, and schools. We've seen they have so many challenges, like they don't have electricity, schools, roads, so there's need to amalgamate the funding together. Again, there should be community education initiatives aimed at reducing stigma and discrimination against activisms. And so this one we said by building community solidarity will foster stronger support for civil liberties and human rights causes. Then the other one we also said as CSOs we need to put mechanisms in place to protect HRDs from intimidation, harassment, and violations of their rights. And these could include enhancing legal and financial support for HRDs, especially during protests and advocacy activities, and ensuring they have access to communication services. And lastly, was to strengthen protection for civil society organizations, whereby there's need for stronger legal frameworks to protect CSOs from government intimidation again, harassment, and forced disappearances, whereby we need to have clear legislations. We need to make sure clear legislation must be implemented to safeguard their rights and freedom of operation. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Hilda. We've received inputs. I think Owegi can see if we are going to Marsabit next, or we're going to have the firearms. I don't know what Mr. Mugambi has to say to that. I'll take 2 or 3 inputs to what we've discussed today, or the sessions had covered. Is there anybody with an additional input as we let the... Yes, Mr. It should be expunged. Okay. There was an additional input. Yes. We can start this side and then we go that side. Wakili.
Asante sana, mimi naitwa Bradley. Hapa kwa human cost debate in the struggle for protection of civil rights, I think we should add something like the psychological cost. You know, if it were not for Defenders Coalition, today ingekuwa nimekuwa kazi ngumu sana kupata 100,000 ya cash bail. And so many people wanna suffer and they go to their family and friends to look for this money, especially when they get arrested. So it makes people suffer psychologically, especially when they are fighting for the rights of the people in this country. So it is very important, and we should consider that, because even appearing in court every day when you are an accused, it affects you, and sometimes it demoralizes you when you don't have people who are there to give you a shoulder. Thank you. And finally, I want also to give thanks to Defenders Coalition for the speed with which they act when a HRD is in trouble. And to thank DK, Gloria, and the whole team. I remember, I think 2 months ago, yes, thank you so much. When former Commissioner Khalif was arrested in Kilifi, somewhere there, when we told them, they immediately allocated us funds for transport to go there. When I was arrested also last month, before I even reached the police, Francis Auma of Muhuri was already at the police. So it was like, the OCS was asking, umekuja kufanya nini hapa, before the Land Rover. So I think they are doing well. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we can. As we look into the affairs of our society and our members, Defender does it best to look at our affairs. I think they deserve a clap for that. Thank you for keeping the spirit up. We appreciate that. I wanted to finish this side so we can give it to Daki. Yes, at the front, please. Then as we finish up.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to add that I think as CSOs, we should also walk the talk. We are good at telling the government that, you know, as we don't give the young people the opportunity to be leaders. And if you look at the CSO also, you will find that most of the leaders at the top are, yeah. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying, but I'm saying that we should mold, yes, we should mold young people to be leaders in organized civil society organizations. I mean, it's good to have like a movement like the Gen Z had, which was leaderless, but we also know the importance of having an organized organization with leaders, yeah? So I think we should also walk our talk.
It is time for mentorship. Akifutwa kazi wa mwandika kazi. Sawa. So our elders, the message is, it is time for mentorship. And we say we are leaderless. We can come to this side. Okay. We can start this way as we go this way. So Shamir, please let's take a little
Viva,
time.
comrades, viva. Okay, mine is just simple. Going forward, I think the summit organizers, you need also to give a space to the young people to be at the panelist. That's number one. Because this panelist will not see, you kept on talking about or referring to Gen Zs, but in the front, there was no Gen Z, totally. Number two is about collective voices. I'm very sure that this summit, majority of the attendees are Coastarians, and you really need to hear from us what is happening on the ground before we hear from where you come from. As I say so, I mean like we also need to extend and invite even those frontliners, activists who are not aligned to any organization. We have so many people who are on the front line fighting Ruto because the biggest enemy right now is Zakayo. So if anyone we found, even any Satan in the road, and is really helping us to fight Zakayo, that's a comrade. So we welcome him at the Pride in Hospital. Thank you. Viva!
Let me help you with the mic, so you can give me that position officially.
I am Z.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Teresa Alba Cynthia Lebersandi. I come from Marsabit, not Lodwar or Turkana. I want to correct some few things about the issues I raised yesterday. Actually, it's not about infrastructure of all the schools. Maybe we have some two schools which are already in the lake, and we have spoken. We have in different forums. We have raised our voices, but government even doesn't care. The school is there inside the infrastructures are in the water, and children they are locked out into another highland. So if they want to come to other school, maybe they access through the boats, and we make noise. The government doesn't respond to that. At the same time, our road is passing through or along at the shores of Lake Turkana. For now, it is inside the water, and there's no way we can maybe extend this way. We have our old road, which the government doesn't want to improve. I don't know why. It is called Kiprok. We are raising those voices, and they don't want. They are quiet about that one. The road we are using now is the tourist road. It's the tourist road because of the lake. It was now, and maybe we didn't have vehicles going to our place. It's just those the tourist vehicles. So that's why I need us to put more voices, because we also have Lake Turkana wind power in that place, so they can collaborate and at least improve that road for us. Thank you.
Thank you. We also appreciate you for representing Marsabit, Turkana to Mombasa. Let's give her a clap for that. It's indeed a national summit if we have representation from all corners of the country. So we appreciate that. Yes, Zipporah?
Thank you so much. My name is Zipporah Njokie, and I'm from Mombasa County. Yesterday, I was at the breakout session of digital and internet freedom, activism and internet freedom. Chenye mimi nataka kujazia is that can all organizations or institutions here integrate to have advocacy on technology facilitated GBV advocacy, because we have seen, like during the maandamano, so many young women as well as men being targeted because of their voices online. So wanajulikana, and then it's very easy for you to actually no, usiwatukane tu online, unamaliza kuwatukana online and then baadaye wanafuatwa. Na ndio manake at some point we found our bodies dumped, and you are like, how could these people have been found? And the said person who committed that was found with a lot of phones, and phones are linked to technology. So I feel like it's important that when we talk about mental health being incorporated into our advocacy, let us also consider technology facilitated GBV being incorporated in all our advocacies. Thank you.
Thank you. As we finish up, the tribeless youth can get ready. We can finish the last speaker. Tulikuwa tumemaliza huku.
Habari zenu. Mimi nimeshukuru. Niko hapa kuwakilisha watu ambao wanaishi na ulemavu. Kuna lugha moja imesauliwa ya Braille. Kwa hivyo nataka tu champion. Kwa hiyo naona interpreter wako pale, lakini Braille tumesahau, kwa sababu mtu ambaye asiyeona akija hapa, sisi tuna vitabu tunaandika na yeye hana kitu ya kumsaidia. Jengine ningependa tu champion juu ya disability mainstreaming, kwa sababu tumechampion sana mambo ya advocacy ya mambo ya human rights, lakini pia tumesahau disability mainstreaming ni kitu muhimu sana. Tukiwa champion hiyo, tukishaelewa watu wanataka nini, ndio tutaweza kuwasaidia.
Thank you for that. I hope the team has it all down, all the inputs. As I welcome the tribeless youth, mine as the only, as of today is the last day, as the CFF member who is in cost, is to appreciate you all for coming and to thank you for honoring our invites and of also being with us the entire time. Tunasema asante.
Thank you so much. Hello. You see, the best thing with being almost the last one, because I don't know if Kavive wamesema watu wazee wamemaliza. It is our chance to shine. So anyway, my name is Shiko. I serve at Tribeless Youth from Nakuru County. And I wanted us to do something that is close to my heart, and I am sure close to your heart too. Remember our comrades who've been taken away by a rogue regime. A month down, we don't know where they are. Bob's wife has an infant, does not know where the husband is, you know? So, yeah, nimesikia yo, tunafaa tuambie Ruto. So, before then, I wanted to just take us to a kidogo reflection before we go outside and do our candle lighting. Wajenga wameniuliza candle ni ya nini? I'm bringing light to your world, just shortly. So I just want us to do a kidogo reflection. I've heard Shamir saying, and I think my lady here, Daki, saying, where are the spaces of young people? I'm from asking Kawive, is our space at the breakout sessions? Why don't we have the space at the main arena? Because if anything, we have shown that we can go against a regime and fight on. If anything, we have told a story that Kenya can be better if we allow our young people to be at the front line. There's a lot happening. And I think the one common thing that I've heard people saying is, but we will die, but we'll be killed. Why are you going outside? And I think most of our parents have sent us those messages. Uchungo skufe. I'm like, I can't stop dying. I can't stop anyone from killing me if they want to kill me. But this is one thing that I want us to reflect on, that is most of us as young people have nothing to lose. And we believe we are better off dead than alive. Yes, let that sink. Because if you live in a regime that hates you so much to take away your jobs but still tax you for being jobless, then why are you alive? If you have to wake up every day, go to school, finish your education, then come back home empty-handed, but the biggest job you get is the job to look for a job. Make it make sense. Why are you alive? If they're taking away your right to education and make it look so fancy by giving it funny English names, and they're supposed to be okay with it, why do you have to live? But then if they're abducting you in daylight, taking you away and keeping you wherever they're keeping you, and defying court orders, and at the same time, and forgive my French, showing you the middle finger because they don't care about you but expect you to file returns at the end of the month. Why are you alive? Why are we complying? Why are we being subjected to verify and comply with the rogue regime? Why are we sitting down and saying we cannot say Ruto must go when he must go because he's the face of oppression? You know, why are we even sitting down as the fighters, as the defenders of the civic space and saying, you know what, you cannot say Ruto is the problem in a song. He is the problem. He is the face of corruption, the face of murder, the face of oppression. And the reason why most of us are jobless because he wants to start slave trade and we are okay with it. We want to live in our land and we'll fight for our land, right? And for Bob, for Jamil, and for Aslam, we will fight on. And for more than 60 souls that were killed by this rogue regime, we will fight on. But lastly, for us, and the 70 children that they burned down, we must fight on. And for us, as a civil society, we must realize that it is time we decide whether we want to die by suicide and get ready to painfully give birth to ourselves again or speak the truth. Because the time is coming, if we are not ready to change, we will not have the space to do these shenanigans in big hotels. It is done. And with that, I want us to step out in honor of Bob, Jamil, and Aslam and light our candles on their behalf. It's painful, I know. But we can only celebrate them because any moment from now, we do not know if their bodies will be found. Because every second we've lost for that 1 month without speaking, if you've not said a thing, then you have kept silent, knowing that these kids might never come back home. Their biggest crime was being Kenyans and speaking up. Their biggest crime was them speaking up and educating their communities against a narcissist, a murderer, and someone that we've chosen to sustain their expensive lifestyles without access. And you know what? We choose to comply. So that's it. Thank you very much. We go at the banner outside.
We have 2 doors. After this, we'll tunamaliza.
This was just taking 2 minutes, then we go kabisa.
Hii mood chat. Hello. What's that?
Viva comrades, viva!
Viva!
Viva comrades, viva!
Viva!
My thinking is, we complete this thing and we go as we wash out the candle. Or you want to come back here again? No. It's just one person, sawa? So comrades from all over the country, I will mention where you come from and you clap for them. So please clap for our brothers and sisters from Western. Wasimame, watu wa Western. Thank you, thank you. Watu wa Nyanza na Kisumu. Watu wa Rift Valley yote. Kama umetoka Rift Valley, Eldoret, kila mahali. Yes, comrade, yes. Watu wa Eastern, Machakos, wapi, kila mahali. Watu wa North Eastern. Watu wa Central wote. Watu wa Nairobi. Na wapwani je? Kutoka Kilifi, twende Taita Taveta, twende Kwale, turudi wapi tena? Lamu. Kwengine? Tana River, Mombasa. Thank you so much. Nasikia kuna USA. I also want to thank our brothers and sisters from the state, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. There were so many here, led by Brenda. Clap for them tafadhali. Kulikuwa na watu wa witness protection wako ama wanatu protect silently. Watu wa PBO authority, the authority pia walienda. Hao nao tuko nao kila siku, si ndio? Watu wa IPOA. Huyo wamesikia maneno Alafu tuko na watu wa interior, kuna mtu wa interior. Msiwe. Yes, Nancy, the one from Likoni, she was here. Besides that, I want to thank our development partners, starting with UNDP. They were here. USAID. I was told Kios is here. Kios. KCDF. Diaconia. ICNL.
Then we want to thank all these partners. Najua hawa jamaa wajalala, ndio hii forum ikue. Can we just give them a round hand of applause? Asanteni sana. The second last thing I want to say is beyond what we do internally as a nation, it is important that we also take cognizance of the universal periodic review, the reporting system for the human rights issues. I understand it is ending, there's a deadline of 11th of next month. So our organizers, we should do something bigger around that. In the last 2 days, if you came away from Mombasa and you saw good things, I hope umeanguka na. Kama ni legal. If it is illegal, tutakufuata. This synergy of the civil society must proceed and must continue. Why? Because you've seen what is happening in the political arena. You remain the conscience of the state. You remain the people that will take this nation to the next level. And I refuse to die. The person who wants to kill me is the one who will go. Sawa sawa? Viva comrades, viva! Viva! Thank you for coming to the coast. We can now go and light the candles.
No, we are not coming back. We are finishing up hapa nyuma.
Yes, hapa nyuma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is singing something?
Shamir is.
Where is Shamir?
Viva comrades, viva!
Viva!
Long live the spirit of Bob Jagi, long live!
Long live!
Long live the spirit of 60 Kenyans, long live!
Long live! Down with impunity, down, down.
Down with impunity, down!
Down!
Down with impunity, down! Down with Zakayo taxes, down!
Down!
Down with Zakayo taxes, down!
Down!
Down with bad governance, down!
Down!
Down with bad governance, down!
Down! Down with Masengeri, down, down! Hiyo tunashika kesho, Hiyo tunashika kesho, civilian arrest, Hiyo suspect tunakamata yeye kesho.
Imba ya 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 we
ya 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 ya
imba ya ya
ya ya ya ya ya ya
we
ya
na mauaji
wembaki nyuma straina na haki
mauaji we
wembaki nyuma straina na haki
na ufisadi
wembaki nyuma straina na haki
ufisadi we
wembaki nyuma straina na
imba ya
ya ya ya ya ya ya
ya we
ya 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 we
ya 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 ya
Yahweh, ya 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 ya.
Ayo mama.
Yes.
Ayo mama. Ayo mama.
Hello yo.
Nazakayo asikie.
Nazakayo aende.
Nazakayo asikie.
Nazakayo na aende.
Wakenya tunapendana. Ayaya, ayo mama.
Ayaya, ayaya we.
Ayo mama.
Hello yo.
Na Amerika isikie. Na Amerika isikie. Mapinduzi yaja Kenya.
Mapinduzi ya Kenya.
Mapinduzi yaja Kenya.
Mapinduzi ya Kenya.
Ayo mama. Ayo mama.
Ayo ma.
Na Wakenya wasikie.
Na Wakenya wasikie.
Na Wakenya wasikie.
Na Wakenya wasikie. Mapinduzi ya
Kenya.
Ya Kenya.
Yaja Kenya.
Mapinduzi ya Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah, no. Hii contribution ya leo. Contribution leo umecontribute this one for now. Next time will be more. We support. It's our.
Wauaji wewe,
wabaki nyumba sitoenda na haki.
wauaji nyinyi. Wafisadi hao,
Wabaki nyumba sitoenda na haki.
wafisadi hao,
Wabaki nyumba sitoenda na haki.
wauaji
Kwenda.
wabaki nyuma sitaenda na wauaji.
Wabaki nyumba sitoenda na haki.
Oh, iya, oh, muimbe. Oh,
Haya, wewe.
Sote tuko tayari.
Please, natuimbe na kimbure. Mauaji yakija, sote tuko tayari. Mauaji yakija, sote tuko tayari.
Yakija mbele yako.
Kanyanga, kanyanga, na sote tuko tayari.
Yakija nyuma yako.
Kanyanga, na sote tuko tayari.
Yakija upande.
Kanyanga, na sote tuko tayari.
Yakija kichwani mwako.
Piga.
Comrades power! Comrades power! Comrades power! Comrades power!
Long live. Spirit of Bob Jagi, long live. Long live. Long live the spirit of Mombasa. Comrades, long live. Long live. Long live the spirit of Kajiado activists, long live. Long live. Long live the activists in Kisumu, long live. Long live.
Long live the life. Long-term, long live. Long live. Long live the life of Aslam, Longton, long live.
Long live.
Justice may be found. May they be produced in court. May they be produced in court. Yes. Yes. No, you don't take other people to court.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Power.
Power. Power.
sana kwa kujumuika nasi hapa. Kwa sababu ya wenzetu Bob, Jamil na I don't want to butcher his name, na Aslam, na si wao peke yake. Kuna wenzetu 60 na ambao wamepoteza maisha. Tumekuwa na Shakahola massacre. Kuna wale wamepatikana Rivayala. Kumekuwa na janga la moto pale Endarasha. Na kuna wengi ambao bado wanaendelea kuwa abducted na kuuawa na kupotezwa, na hatuwezi endelea kuishi hivi. Hii mshumaa tunaiwasha kama ishara ya kuendeleza mapambano, sema kuwa tumekataa mauaji na tumekataa watu kupotezwa kiholela na tumekataa watu kushikwa kiholela. Kwa hivyo nitaomba tuimbe wimbo wa mapambano. Justice for Trevor. Thank you very much. But also justice for our public utilities. Education, water, food, social security must remain public goods, and we must not cede our sovereignty to private corporations and bandits in the name of politicians. So nitaomba tuimbe wimbo wa mapambano. Kupigwa na kupokonywa maisha hakutatuzuia sisi wananchi kunyakua uhuru wetu na haki ya jasho letu, na haki ya jasho letu. Tumekataa kupiga magoti mbele ya hawa wauaji. Bila shaka sisi pia ni watu, hali ya utumwa tumeikataa, hali ya utumwa tumeikataa. Tutanyakua mashamba yetu, tupiganie uhuru wetu, tuikomboe elimu yetu, utamaduni na viwanda vyetu, utamaduni na viwanda vyetu. Sisi hatutaki kudhulumiwa, hatutaki tena mauaji. Nikupe tuliangushe, haki na uhuru zichanue, haki na uhuru zichanue. Na uhuru wetu wa Kenya, uhuru wetu wa Kenya, tupiganie na haki zetu wa Kenya, na haki zetu wa Kenya, tupiganie na wa Kenya, katiba yetu wa Kenya tutekeleze. Now, when I say organize, 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 because the power belongs to the people, we say organize to take power. Organize, organize, organize. Organize to take power. Organize for food sovereignty, organize. Organize to take power. Organize for free education, organize. Organize to take power. Organize for seed sovereignty, organize. Organize to take power. Organize for water justice, organize. Organize to take power. Organize for civic and democratic spaces, organize. Organize to take power. Organize, organize. Organize